Hey savvy people, it's SavvyNik here, and today we're going to continue customizing DWM. It looks like I'm much luckier today. No issues with the connection, and it seems like I've actually got on time, which is great. Let's start some music here in the background. And where we left this out yesterday was we kind of made a background. We just changed some fonts around. I want to change this. Yep, we made it on time. Hey there, Crypto Coder. Nice to see you again. Bet it is the Penguins. They really don't want him to play Tux anymore. Yeah, they're... Oh, is that what happened, KTNXD? DDoS. That's what happened to my connection yesterday. All right, so... yeah, we had some troubles yesterday. Hopefully they are all resolved now. Also, I managed to completely brick my customization up until where I got to. I did rescue it, but I had to go in and actually start a live image of Ubuntu and had to change my root and mount the file system in order to actually fix what I did wrong, and it was all because of an ampersand. DeWitt, nice to see you there. Hey there. Thanks for making it onto the stream. If you're new and stopping by to watch this stream today, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe below. Hit the notification bell for more Linux and programming videos. Also, make sure to smash that like button for me. It really does help me out. Let's get started over here. So we had someone suggest I think it's called the Dracula theme last time. I think it was KTNXD. And it looks pretty good, but I think it would look better with another wallpaper that I found. Let me just bring up nitrogen. Of course, if you have any Linux or programming questions, please make sure to go ahead and post them in the comments or chat. I'll go ahead and try answering them. Can't guarantee I'll answer them all, but hey, I'll try. All right, so we got nitrogen running here. So I found a few wallpapers. Let's just give them a shot real quick. I just thought some of these might go well with the Dracula theme here. So this one doesn't look too bad. It's definitely a contender. I thought this one was pretty wild. Some of you guys suggested Reddit last time, and they didn't disappoint. They have some really good ones. Some of my favorites are really the nature scenes though, so this one I probably got the wrong resolution because it got some border here on either side of things. It's too bad because this one looks pretty good too, but we'll keep moving on here. This one's pretty wild, but I think it's got way too much color going on. It's too bright for me. All right, how about this one? I think this one's very simple. It goes really well with our current setup for the terminal. So I think I'm going to use this one for now. So in order to apply that, I'm actually using FEH in order for the background. So what I'll do is launch another terminal here, and I've honestly already forgot how to exit out. Let me look this up real quick. Control-Alt-C. All right, you can see that that looks pretty good here. And then if I just I don't know, maybe list out the contents. I think this kind of goes well. Maybe the opacity is a little bit too much here. We can go down a little bit on that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, not many DWM rices on Reddit. Yeah, I was looking at that too. Hey, Savvy Dev, nice to have you here. Welcome. DeWitt, I'm not sure what you're asking about. What part is this? What part of what? Also, if you're new and stopping by to watch this stream, or you just entered the stream, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. It really does help me out. All right, a couple things I want to do is, if I bring up Surf, well, first, let's make sure we make this permanent, this background. So I'm going to edit, actually don't need sudo vim x init-rc, and in here I'm going to change this one to a 2, save this, and I am going to change the transparency just a little bit, and that's in my config file. Again, if you have any Linux or programming questions, make sure to go ahead and post them in the chat. See if I can't get to them. Got a little bit too much transparency for my liking. Opacity. I thought it was opacity. 0.75, I think it was. From last time. Oh, what am I doing? I need to be in ST. Yeah, not bad. RM-RF. I should just do, yep. /*. Delete everything. I pretty much did that last time. At the very end of things. I'm in the wrong thing here. Actually, in here, I wanted to go ahead and edit the size of the font. Just make it a little smaller. Maybe we go with 20 instead of 24. I'm glad to see some familiar people here joining the stream. Vishal, nice to see you. Glad you could make it today. Yesterday we didn't have as many familiars, but today you guys look like you're filling in. Thanks for coming and joining in. All right, so that kind of rhymed, didn't it? Let me get music going and then change that. ST, I wanted to change the opacity here. And I'm going to try, how about we raise it by 10 more %. Oh, read only. I thought I sudoed, but I didn't. All right. Change this to 85, and I think we're ready to go ahead and reload everything. So I'm going to exit out of here. And yes, Sandro. Oh, I messed something up in the background. I'm going to check that out real quick. Make sure to leave a like. Hopefully not a dislike. If you dislike, make sure to hit it twice. And keep those likes coming. It really does help get more people into the stream. All right, let's see what we messed up here. Vim, x init-rc. So wallpapers to that PNG. I'm guessing it's not a PNG, so I'm just going to change this before looking. All right, and then going to just check. So DWM, wallpapers, and 2 is a JPEG. So yeah, that makes sense. All right. Log them back in and look at that. We have our new background set up with FEH and our new opacity. I think that looks quite a bit better as I'm typing here. Looks pretty good to me. I'm going to keep it like that for now. And the next thing I want to work on is right now I don't have any gaps, as you can tell. So I'm hoping to, well, hoping to get some gaps here. Let's see if we can bring up dwm.suckless.org. Here we go. Customization. Not so bad. I think this Dracula theme is going pretty well with what we currently have in the background. Let me know what you think about that in the chat. All right. Solid background. Thank you. Glad to have everyone stopping by. If you have any programming questions, please feel free to post them in the chat. Something with Python, maybe C++, some web dev. Let me know. Also, Linux questions are very welcome. Let's see if we can't find the patches here. Let's see what they have for gaps. We have DeWitt, thank you very much. We got full gaps. Full gaps is what I want here. And let's see if I remember what to do here. Download linked file. All right, we got DWM full gaps here. I'll move that over. Let's see if we can make this patch without making too many changes, hopefully. Vishal, Flutter. I don't really deal with Flutter enough to really give you a good good answer on that one. Sorry, that's the one supplied by Google, right? What's the error telling you? SavvyDev, yeah, I kind of understand that. But right now, I'm just trying to get used to this. As you can tell, I got all sorts of random stuff going on. I got to get used to the keys. That's my problem. Can you make an Android app with Python? I'm sure there's got to be a framework out there. Let's actually look at that. I'm sure there's some kind of framework that you can use in order to build it. Okay, just kind of Google searching real quick. We got the Kiwi Python framework. Maybe you can check that out. But that doesn't actually look like there's too much information on that. So maybe that's something not available. Vishal, if you don't mind me asking, what are you planning on making with Flutter? All right, where was I? Oh yeah, about to apply a patch. So just gonna switch to here because I moved it, and patch. Let's see if we can. All right, looks like I patched. That was easy. Man, I'm kind of surprised I can't find many frameworks, DeWitt. Can't find many frameworks with Python that you could create a Android app. Not sure what's going on with that. All right. So now I just need to sudo make clean install to install the gaps feature here. And we have an issue. Undeclared first use in this function. Well, that's too bad. Oh, okay. More than likely that's because I didn't copy over the config. So config def h. Let's go ahead and move that into config h. Oh, nope. Must put sudo in front of that. Ah, that's right. You're right. KTNXD. I forgot to move it. Hopefully everything makes... All right, and that's one thing that just reminded me. I should be making copies of my config as I'm going here. Oh, Vishal, cool. So you installed Pop! OS 2 days ago after watching some of your videos and some other YouTubers. Awesome. Congrats on that. Hopefully Pop! OS is treating you very kindly. Let me know how that experience is going so far for you, Vishal. DeWitt, what programming language do you recommend? I guess it depends on what you want to be programming. If you're going to go into like web development, I suggest learning, of course, the basics, HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript. Those are your three that are going to get you pretty far in web dev. And then you can introduce frameworks as you move on. If you're talking about just a general programming language, specific to maybe a if you want to build an app, let's say on a program on a operating system, I'd suggest C, C++. Python's really good if you're a beginner as well. It does, however, run in an environment, so it's a little slower inherently. Almost like a container, right? So, question, Sandro, welcome. Do you prefer Pop or Ubuntu? I personally use Ubuntu, but that's just because I'm a little used to it. If I was gaming more, I think I'd go over to Pop! OS. But for right now, I'm on Ubuntu. Vishal, what happened? All right, so we put that patch in. So I think I need to figure out how to apply the actual gap. So let's look back at surf, and we'll go to the DWM suckless.org. Yeah, and especially Vishal, since it's based off of Ubuntu, if someone else has gotten Flutter working on Linux, I'm pretty sure they have Linux listed as one of the operating systems that they support. You shouldn't have any trouble. I'm sure you're just running into something that is definitely solvable. All right, we installed this full gap, so how do we use it? Alt equal to increase the gaps. Maybe we have to rerun DWM. So let me try that real quick. We installed that gaps, full gaps. Oh, wow. Well, it changed a few things up top for me. Not a big deal. It doesn't look bad. It just kind of reset some stuff. I got to remember what I changed before. I know I just changed the fonts and stuff, but I think that's all I really did. Okay, this looks like it has gaps. Here we go. All right, we got some gaps going. As you can see, there's a gap right here between these two windows, and then another gap here in between these. Obrad, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you here. All right. Oh, hey, Matsu. Nice to see you, too. How are you? Better late than never, right? Glad to have you. Let's see. Do we have any questions here? It doesn't look like we have any questions in the chat. If you do have any questions, make sure to go ahead and post them in the chat. Anything about Linux or programming that you might have, let me know, and I'll try answering those questions for you. We're just customizing DWM here in the background. I just managed to go ahead and install the full gaps from Suckless. So things are starting to look pretty good here. The only thing I can say is I'm not that great at using the shortcuts, the keyboard shortcuts. I gotta get better at that. All right, so let's see if we can go back into maybe, I don't think the mod key changed. Can't seem to switch my windows for whatever reason. Vishal, no. I'm not Indian. Interesting, I didn't know that was a common Indian name. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I need to work on that bar at the top. Gotcha. Yeah, Sandro's right. I'm from the US here. All right. If you're new and stopping by to watch this stream, make sure to go ahead and subscribe below. Hit the notification bell for more future streams as well as Linux and programming videos. Also, make sure to smash that like button for me. It really does help me out. Got quite a few of you today. Thank you for coming. Dev, I can't seem to go through my windows. I thought the key was Mod Shift arrow. Doesn't seem to be helping me, but whatever. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to do that exactly. Oh, look at that. Mod J works great. Thank you for that. Now we're swimming through. You know what I would like? I'd like in the background, if I could just put some text, let's say like right here maybe in white. That'd be really nice. That way I could have a list of shortcuts and that list of shortcuts would tell me all the different keys I need to be using because I keep forgetting them. That'd be great. Let's see if we can't figure something out like that. Now, Mod Shift Q, that exits the entire deal, right? I think it's Mod Shift C in order to exit a window. Yeah, Mod Shift C. I just need to... It'd be really cool if I could just... I don't want to edit the background, that'd be kind of goofy, but more of like put a text overlay over here on the right-hand side. That'd be really cool. Is there any suggestions for that? I don't see anything. Nothing obvious anyway. All right, let's try working on the bar a little bit. I guess for now, that's a great idea. Thanks for the suggestion there, KTNXD. I guess I could just make a text file like you said. Let's go ahead and do Vim. I'm gonna call it shortcuts. And in here, we'll go ahead and place those keys. So let's see, Control plus Alt. No, not Control, Alt, Shift, and C, exits out. Alt J allows us to switch windows. Let's see what else we do. We got Alt Shift Q, exits out entirely. Then if we do Alt Shift Enter, that's a new window. All right. And what about if we move on to customizing that top bar a little bit? If you have any questions on programming or Linux, please make sure to go ahead and post them in that chat. How old am I? I am between 20 and 30 years old. I'll let you guess a little bit. I don't think I've given out my age yet. 12? Yeah, that's very close. 12 years old over here. Awesome bar. What do we got? Just trying to find any kind of stuff that they have here in bar. The wit 5. You're doing pretty well for a 5-year-old. 22, 26, 24. Ooh. I don't know if anyone's even close. Let's see. Since separate window population. Fancy bar, what's that? Patch provides status bar that shows the titles of all visible windows. It's kind of cool. So it'll tell you the names of everything. I more than likely won't tell you my age. I'll let you guess though. I'll give you a good range. Trying to find some 80 Hey, don't be revealing my real age now. Man, I don't really see anything that I want in here. Status colors? What's this do? And that just does not look good. Maybe if we could add the time up here. Let's try start editing this top. First off, I'd like to go and get it back. Bars, names. That just adds the names of, I think it just adds the names of the current windows you have open. Okay, so add Flutter to the path just means you needed to go ahead and like basically add it into your path directory. Like I think it's something like, I'm going to type it in chat here. Export path and then path to Flutter. Look this up before you use it, but oh, I'm missing like a plus and equals there. Yeah, look that up before using it, but it's like you have to export your path variable and you have to show at or concatenate in the new path to Flutter into the path. Think about it if you use Windows, like adding the path to your environmental variables. That way the system can find where to launch something from, like a binary or a program or whatever. It's kind of the same concept in Linux as well. You can add it to your path directory there. Just look that up. It's export $path, and I think you'll find an example of what I mean. And you can also type echo space $path, and that'll actually echo out all the contents of path currently. You'll want to make sure to save that before you go editing stuff. I'm sure there's a GUI method as well. If someone knows the GUI method, please feel free to post it in the chat forum. But hopefully that helps you. Yeah, you're pretty close if that's the error you're getting. Awesome bar. Shows all tasks. Clicking on an unfocused. Oh, let's try this one. Why not? So it's the awesome bar. Yeah, no problem, Michelle. Glad I could help. Let's see. So I'll probably want to use surf here. We're looking for that awesome bar now. All right, we got that downloaded. All right. Back to tiling. Sort of getting used to this. This is taking me a while, but slowly. Color bar. All right, let me check color bar out real quick. Thanks for the suggestion there, KTNXD. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, I was trying to look for that as well. So let's go ahead and download this one. Yes, you are. And thanks for the help. All right. So let's go ahead and apply that color bar first. So let me see first. Okay. So what I'm going to do here . Let me apply, well, let me move this. Yeah, I don't think I'm that familiar with the source code. I wish. I mean, if you spend a lot of time, you could definitely do that. Well, that didn't seem to help me. Oh, I see what you're saying. You can send a window over that's currently highlighted. Let's say I want to send. Oh, cool. Thanks for that one. Send the current window over. GNOME versus snaps. I'm not sure what you mean by that question there, Sandro. Thanks for everyone who's stopping by and watching this today. I really do appreciate you coming by and watching. All right, where was I? Let's try patching the color bar in. Mohammed, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, a little bit of DWM customization going on right now. So we patched DWMC. See what they changed in the config. So they just added a few more. Pretty nice to see you. Hi there. All right. So our issue here is, for some reason, it doesn't want to add in these few lines. Not sure why. That's all right, though. All right, let me try that again and see what the actual... It's not telling me what exactly is different is my problem. All right, so now we got a reject file, so let me check that out. That's because it already added all that in. That was my bad. Okay, so I know what's wrong. I don't have that. Oops. Okay, I know what happened. Well, people are hating on snaps for the most part because they're containerized, and they just keep creating more and more of a sandbox environment in order to go ahead and install your applications. So the more you add that, the more bloats, your applications become. So a lot of people don't like snaps because of that. I think my issue here is actually I accidentally erased my def config file, and it can't patch that def config h file. I don't know if it was .h.def or what it was. Actually, I should figure that out. If I go into DWM color bar diff, it was def.h. Okay, so now let's try repatching. And that was the color bar. All right, there we go. So we're good here. I'm going with reversed or previously applied patch, assume. No. Very good. All right, I think we're good now. And I will now move over the config. First, I want to save my copy config h to config backup, and then I will move config def h over to config h. Mohammed, hence, sorry, I wasn't paying attention here. Use this Instead of DWM from suckless site, DWM flexi patch, which you fully customize before building. Interesting, hence remove all the headaches from Aslan. I like that. I gotta go check that out at some point, but for now, we're gonna struggle a little bit. Programming related question, can you make a series on data structures and algorithms? You know, I've thought about this. I don't have any really good way to do algorithms right now. As far as data structures go, we do have a tutorial that I went through with Python. I think if you Google, like, or not Google, YouTube, Python tutorials, I'll send you a link. DJ, welcome to the chat. What about to study? I'm personally a person who likes reading out of books, so I would just go ahead and search for the best reviewed books on Amazon or something and go ahead and get a cheap one and start learning about algorithms. You're going to have some math background, so I don't know what your math background looks like, but yeah, I would just start there. Just find some books, read them. Don't focus too much just on algorithms. Just start programming a little bit. It'll come eventually. All right, sorry. So back to this. So I think we got the patch, and I just need to sudo make clean install, and then see. Oh, sweet. We got it to compile. So I'm going to reload now. Let me just reload everything. All right, relog in. Let's see if something applied. Not sure if it applied or not. Doesn't look like it did. Didn't get any errors though. All right, let's see here. Programming related. Okay, I already read that one. Or your favorite Linux flavor. I gotta say I like Arch the best probably. But currently I'm using Ubuntu. Why do you use Ubuntu? Install Gentoo. The reason I use Ubuntu the most is just because it's makes it a little easier for me to just get to the part where I can start programming. A lot of embedded programmers use Ubuntu because it's just what they got started out on first, so it's more easy to follow those guides that are already based off of Ubuntu instead of having to follow the instructions on another Linux distribution. Everything is bloat. Even I are bloat. Very nice wallpaper. Thank you very much. How did I restart the OS? At least here in DWM, I did Alt Shift Q, and that will automatically kick you out of everything here, and then you can exit out of your current user and just reload the user by typing in your username and password. But that's only on here. Ubuntu is definitely not minimal. Yeah. If anything, it's probably one of the most bloated distributions out there. But what it is it's just there's so many solutions out there for Ubuntu, and it helps beginners out quite a bit. If you're going to search something on Google, the first solution you come up with normally is, at least for Linux, is for an Ubuntu-based distribution and or Debian. Some people just don't want to read through the Arch Linux documentation, which is incredible, honestly, but if you're a beginner, it can be a daunting task. I get it. So we weren't able to update this status bar. Not sure why. I'm just going to check, see what we got going on. That was not what I wanted. Oh, I can't type. Line 59. All right. Looks right. DJ, I did not check out that link. When did you DM me? Was that yesterday? Oh, no, I definitely, yeah, I checked that out. That was that live wallpaper that you had. That was really cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking that out for sure and putting that in at some point. Yeah, Vishal, see. Yeah, that's pretty common. I mean, it's hard to, if you're not used to that kind of documentation and reading through it and that wiki, it's hard to follow along sometimes. Yeah, Mohammed, it's just somewhere to start, that's all. Figured a few people suggested DWM, so I went ahead and got into DWM, and I'm just trying to use all the suckless tools right now. Whether it's the best or not, I don't know yet. Just trying it out. That's really it. Trying this out and just answering any Linux or programming questions, so make sure you go ahead and put those questions in the chat if you have any. Also, if you're new and stopping by and you haven't smashed that like button, please make sure to go ahead and do so. It really does help me out. Yeah, that's for sure. All right. Status bar right. Text background not used but cannot be empty. Well, maybe maybe this does work. Maybe it's just the default. So let's see if we can't change some kind of a color. So info bar middle, selected and unselected. Let's go ahead and change this to man, I really don't know my colors here either. Can I just put in hex values? That'd be nice. I need to find something to install. No swallow DWM patch. What's no swallow? Let me know. I will be right back. Just gonna go get something real quick. All right. Sandro, is it better to switch around or stick to fists first, best? You mean like the first distribution that you get onto? I'm not sure what you mean right about that. Sorry about that, Sandro. All right. Muhammad looks like he's having fun. All right, back to this. Yeah, I think we're all just little different levels of being able to customize these environments. So, not something I normally do. Man, you have a real skewed view on the programming, don't you? That's it's very interesting that you think every single programmer in the world uses DWM or something. All right, back to this. Let's see. Okay, Hex Color Picker. Just to see. Let's see. Background, foreground, color. Just to see if I see a change, I'm going to go ahead and apply CBA 03. Can't forget my quote. It's a string. And I'll just do that across the board of CBA 3. All right. Just trying to see if I can see a change here. Yeah, 3. Yeah, I can check it out at some other point then. Those backwards. I mean, I get you're making suggestions here, but if you're not happy with what's going on, you can just leave. There's no point in just spamming chat with random crap there. Yeah, we all got to learn somehow, right? Might as well try it and see what happens. If it doesn't work, I'll know. It's interesting that you say it doesn't accept those colors, but I didn't get a... when I looked at it, I saw right next to it that, you know, there was a color defined right here in the same way. So I don't see why... no, you didn't trigger me. You're making it uncomfortable for other people. All right, back to this. Sorry about that. We're just trying to have fun here, that's all. Answering some questions. Trying out some new stuff. I don't get why people have to come around and just start acting like that. That's... No. No reason to do that, right? Tony? Yes, it is. It's a learning experience, exactly. We all got to start somewhere. I don't know how how someone just assumes people just use DWM for programming. This seems like you would use an IDE, of course, for programming, like Visual Studio Code, Eclipse, or whatever. This is not the way to program. And if anyone thinks it is, it's definitely not the easiest way. Have I tried any other Windows managers? BSP, DWM? No, I tried i3 Gaps for just a little bit. Again, I'm completely new to this type of stuff. I don't really normally do this. More I spend my time on just the regular default desktop environments and interacting with Linux. 1847, I'm 14 and this is deep. Well, I'm glad. All right, so where were we? Oh yeah. Let's see, sudo make install clean install. Already did this, I think, but we might as well do it again. It won't hurt. And then I was going to exit, reload everything. Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned BSP WM being pretty good. All right, exit, relog. All right, so it did work. Sweet. As you can see up in the top left-hand corner, we got this yellow color now. As you can see, Muhammad was wrong. You can clearly use hues in hexadecimal format. So, all right, this is great. So now we can kind of customize the top bar and how that looks. I'm interested in... It'd be nice if I can get a color picker. Does anyone know an application that is a color picker in apt, so I can use aptitude in order to get it? Because that'd be great, because then I can maybe like click around on the background and be able to go ahead and put those colors up top. All right. Nick, I have a question. Pi is a language, right? So why did the Starbucks cashier say WTF when I walked up to him and said for coffee is... nice one, DJ. Not really a question, just a joke, huh? Emo dude, nice to have you here. Do operating systems matter? Ubuntu versus Arch. When you say do they matter, from what aspect do they are you asking? I mean, if you're looking at, you know, they're all based around in order to communicate with your peripherals, your hardware, they're using the kernel. It's kind of the layer in between the hardware and then what you see and interact with. So when it comes to that, there isn't much of a difference because they all use, you know, the Linux kernel. But when it comes to just the way you interact with the system, that's where things change, right? So Arch is going to be a lot different experience than you would have with, let's say, Ubuntu. And they all get to choose what kind of applications that they supply with their Linux distribution, and some have a lot more some just have a lot more applications. They're a lot more bloated and they have privacy issues, aka Ubuntu. Others don'ts. Others are, more focused on people who just want to get into the system, have a very minimal environment, and then use that minimal environment in order to, interact with their hardware. All right. Let me try that G Color 3. Is it Color Picker? Thank you so much. Let me try getting that. Keep forgetting sudo up in front. Sudo app get G Color 3. Didn't seem to be a package there, KTNXD. What is the future perfect programming language? I don't think there's a perfect programming language. It all depends on what you want to do. If you want to do web development, you're going to use a different framework and a different programming set than you would do with a very time stringent project or program that you have. If you have very time stringent programs, you might want to do it in C and C++. They are very, very optimized and very optimized to work with hardware on your operating system. So, again, if you're working with the operating system, maybe use C, C++. If you're working on just trying to make a really quick application and just a prototype, you might want to use Python because it's really quick and easy to use. Don't have to manage memory. If you want to use web dev, you're going to use C, CSS, HTML, JavaScript. ATEF, welcome to the chat. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button for me. It really does help me out. Rust language, good. Is it good? In my opinion, it's a great language, but it's just, I don't see it gaining any ground, at least in comparison to C, C++, because there's just so much out there that runs on it nowadays. It'd be hard to backtrack. Every language is good. That's right, emo dude, just because everyone has its own little place. Skills do matter. JavaScript, the master race, I don't think so. True, I personally never liked apt package manager on Debian systems, but that's just my personal preference. Yeah, right. So, really not much changes between the interaction with the hardware. It's more of the interaction with the user that changes between these distributions. Oh no, found it on Ask Ubuntu. Okay, well. Hannah Montana Linux, man, I've seen that. There's a Justin Bieber Linux out there too. If you haven't checked that out, you might want to. Might be your new favorite Linux distribution. Never know. All right, let's keep going here. I keep getting sidetracked. So let's see, Hex Color Picker in Ubuntu. If I look that up. Pick, no. GPick. Maybe GPick? Let's try this out. Oh, this is something. Maybe we'll be able to use this, maybe not. A what distro, really? Python, PyWall, nope. 1847, I haven't tried that. What is that? All right, this looks like it's doing something. All right, so KTNXD, if you ever need a program, here's a good one. Looks like it's called GPick. Uh-oh, that was a dumb idea. I have to make these floating here. All right, so the top, maybe we should make like, so it kind of blends in. I'm thinking we make it maybe that color. Okay, there's our value. somewhere right around there. Not sure how to use this program though. Looks. Yeah, you're right. It does look like it would. All right, Vishal, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Nice to have you. Oh, 4D6E5. Gotta write this down. Yeah, that wallpaper did turn out pretty good, didn't it? All right, good luck. Thanks for writing that out. I just wrote it myself. All right, let's see if I can't apply that. So, here we go. All right. Daria, how can a Windows user start learning and getting used to Linux? That's a very good question. Where I would start first is I would try getting all the applications that I run on Windows, or at least some form of the application, something very similar in Linux, get it installed, start using it, start getting familiar with those. Then eventually, after I have all the applications finished, I'd go ahead and start customizing little things, use applications that can help customize your desktop environment, get used to the names of things. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you understand how everything's laid out, how to use all the programs that you need, and you'll be able to transition better into Linux, and then eventually hop on into the terminal and start interacting with the file system. That's kind of the approach I'd make. I know it can be daunting though. There's a lot to it. All right, so I'm just going to put that color in here. So let's see if we can do that. E4D6E5. All right. What is your opinion on game programming with C++? Is it viable? Well, most game programming, at least the ones that are very hardware intensive, are C and C++, just because it's so optimized for speed with the hardware. So you can't get much faster than C and C++. So is it viable? Depends on what type of games you're making. Some, it's a complete necessity. That's hopefully that answers your question there, just testing. Google stuff, don't be shy to ask questions, of course. Google. Hate Windows. I only use it for gaming, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a big one. All right. Yeah, no problem. Hey there, Stefan. Nice to have you on the stream today. Tony. For all games. All right, back to this here. E4, D6, E5. Let's just put this in everywhere. Kind of see what that looks like. E4, D6, E5. E5, D6, E5. I think I screwed this up. Should be 4, 4, and here as well. E4, D6, E5, and 4, D6, E5. Let's see, status bar. Yeah, we'll make everything the same color. See how that comes out. Alright, and I missed a hashtag, and I must be missing, what did I miss here? The quote. Alright. The wallpaper, I'll go ahead and provide that in the Discord channel. So if you're new and stopping by, make sure to go ahead and join us on Discord as well, where we have a great community who helps each other quite a bit and helps new members as they come into Linux. And we also work around with programming. So if you're new and stopping by, also make sure to smash that like button for me. It really does help me out. Also think about subscribing. All right, a couple more to add here. Now that I'm slowly getting used to using DWM and just making small changes, I'll have to look up some tools. Let's see if that compiles real quick. Whoop, wrong one. All right, compiled just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out. Oh, it doesn't like something. All right, well, maybe we can figure out what it doesn't like. Thought it compiled just fine. Did we type in something wrong? E4, D6, E5. Across the board. I thought it built just fine, so it must not like the color. Nope. All right. Messed that up for a second there. Sorry about that. Doesn't like something about this color. Surely it's not because it's all capitalized. I'll go ahead and change that up just to make sure. Luckily, we do have a backup copy, I believe, before we went ahead and started messing with this. Let's go ahead and actually, I'm gonna exit out of here. And what I'll do is instead move the config H to config a backup 2, and then move the config backup into config H, and we'll build this, make sure we can get back into things. Okay. Interesting. It came up for a moment and then crashed. Oh, wrong place. All right. So I've been forgetting about the chat here. Let's see. Just gonna have to build my own kernel from scratch. Tony, nice. Yeah, could you imagine doing that? That stuff is not fun. Messing with the kernel. What hardware are you guys using for your daily driver? I got a Ryzen 7 3700X with a GTX, or not a GTX. Yeah, GeForce GTX 1660 Super, and 32 gigs of memory on my computer. That's what I'm currently running. And that is, of course, a desktop there. Good question. Okay. So uh 1847, yeah, I was editing it by myself though, so I was directly editing the config file and I garped something up. I'm pretty sure the reason it's not working now is the DWM has a patch inside of it and it's looking for certain values which don't exist in this backup of the config file that I have, and I screwed something else up in the other config file. Not a big deal, I'll figure it out a little bit later. I don't think I'm going to pursue this too much longer. It's already almost about an hour and 30 minutes into this stream, and I need to go do some stuff, so I'm probably gonna end it here. I'll go ahead and fix this a little later. I just messed something up, I'm sure, in the colors. I'll just have to fix that. I appreciate everybody for coming along, joining in on the action today. I hope you enjoy these streams, and if you do enjoy these streams, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button for me. It really does help me out if you haven't already. Play some Super Tugs. Yeah, I would, but I've been going on at about an hour and a half now. Unless someone has a question real quick about Linux or programming, I'd try to go ahead and ask it real answer it real quick. See you later, King. Thank you so much, Tony. Yeah, KT and XD. Yep, thanks for coming today. Emo Dude, nice to see you. 1847, really nice having you. Overall, the stream went very well today. We didn't have many issues getting it started. Savvy Dev, good to see you. See you on Discord. And everyone else who stopped by. Stefan, thanks for stopping by. DH, thanks for stopping by. See you later, DJ. Nice to see you. Appreciate you. Make sure to subscribe below and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. We'll see you in another stream. Thank you. Bye.